I'm originally from David City. I moved to Lincoln to start college after I graduated from high school, and so I've lived in Lincoln ever since then. So my parents lived in David City the rest of their natural lives. I was played some sports, mostly a thespian, do those kind of things in high school, academics. College, I worked a lot of hours to help pay for the schooling because my mother had worked, got her master's degree to get all of her kids through college, so every one of the 6 children had a bachelor's degree, and several of my siblings have advanced degrees. So there's a good, strong work ethic roots there. Small business family, owned a lumber and coal yard. My grandfather started a bank in David City along with a couple of partners. Eventually got purchased by First National of Omaha. So I watched business creation. I watched people lose a lot of money through the transfer of money through the generations and estates. So I'm protective of people's money because of that. And when I arrived in Lincoln and I got married out of college, started to work in the insurance industry. My aunt had been with State Farm almost her entire career in the legal department, home office. I'd done some outside sales, was contacted by a guy about some life insurance, purchased a permanent life insurance policy from him, and then went to work for the agency. So that lasted for about 2.5 years. Got my property casualty licenses so I could get in a few more doors to talk to more people about life insurance. And my wife at the time interviewed with Allstate. The manager agreed that I was the one they should be talking to. I went to work for Allstate about 2 months later in 1980. So cut to the chase on the family. 3 wonderful young men, raised them through the Lincoln East graduation, each of them in college. One of them has an advanced degree. They're doing well. My oldest is in his early 40s, and the other 2 are in their 30s, have families. So we're moving forward in that particular thing. My second marriage, I have another 3 children. I have 3 grandchildren. So I relate to all of those things: young drivers, the tendency for people to want to put money away for their children, their grandchildren, how to say no. That's one of the big things that we have to learn, especially when we're managing our money. So my insurance practice is integrated with my money management practice because, protecting your assets, the physical ones that you have, is really important. But you've got to grow those liquid assets for you to have a lifestyle that you can maintain. And then maybe if you've had the blessing of an inheritance, that you could provide that to your own children and grandchildren. You've got to say no a little when they're younger. So for 2 things. One, for most people, we don't have an unlimited amount of money. So you've got to learn how to budget by saying no to yourself. Then you've got to say no to them sometimes so that you could provide them more meaningful support as they go along, and maybe build that nest egg to the point to where you can provide the honor to your children and grandchildren that maybe you were provided by your parents and grandparents by handing down, if you will, some assets.